I'm being chased by a shiny. Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've posted anything here. I've just had other priorities right now. I'm trying to redesign my art, illustration, animation portfolio and upload a new website here soon. Here, I'll even show you what I've been working on this week. Here's like a rough and I'm, fleshing things out a little bit, and then here's some color. This is kind of where I'm at right now. So my YouTube channel has taken a little bit of a backseat, but I do appreciate you checking out this video. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it definitely helps out my content reach a wider audience here on YouTube. And with that being said, here I'm going to show you a 5-0 I managed to pull off with Staraptor with Gust in the Open Ultra League. Okay, so let's jump into our very first battle here. I was able to, this is a little bit of a spicy team. I'm running Shadow Wellrun lead with this Cavalier Safe Swap with our Staraptor as our closer. So we do actually get a Heracross lead, which is not looking mighty good for us at all. And they switch into Swampert. We're going to switch in as Cavalier. We're going to try our best to win this switch. They don't shield the first one, which kind of leaves us a window to try to win this. But they actually just don't shield anything with their Swampert, which I wasn't really sure why they didn't want to try to win switch there. It's not too difficult. It's not like impossible to like try to trade shields there. But anyways, they bring in Wellrun, which I was not expecting this. They end up not shielding again, taking a drill run. And we're going to bring in our Wellrun again, knowing that they have that Heracross. So we're not too scared. We know they're definitely going to just throw EQ here. I mean, they could bait, but I feel like it's a little risky on their end to try to bait there, not knowing what I have in the back line. But they end up making a nice switch, catching my Icicle Sphere on Heracross, but it doesn't really benefit them too much because we can easily farm down with our Staraptor, and I mean, like the Heracross just got obliterated there. And yeah, at this point, we can kind of just throw Icicle Spheres till the end of time. And I guess technically, if we don't call a bait, it could look a little scary here. But we're going to assume they definitely want to try to throw EQ. So fortunately, we're not really scared now because it's going to take 2 EQs to knock us out. And at this point, they were a little scared. I guess they could have like called one of the Icicle Spheres and it could have been better for them. It still would have been pretty close, but I do feel like this just makes it a lot easier for me to secure the KO by knowing that I can just get a straight Earthquake now. Alright, GG's first match here. Yeah, honestly, Staraptor is very spicy. This is actually one of the worst Pokemon that we could possibly see. We have a Talonflame lead, which unfortunately for us, we kind of need to like stay in here. The thing about these Talonflame leads, the Brave Bird in switching out is actually a really nice play. It does a lot of damage, and they're not actually going to do that. So now we know at this point they're going to kind of just stay in here and keep throwing Flame Charges probably. So I'm going to have to just take one of them. Unfortunately, it's the boosted Flame Charge. We're going to try our best to get off this damage with Icicle Sphere. Fortunately for us, we are going to get both shields. Still looking kind of scary, but I was thinking we could probably bring in Staraptor and farm down. By the way, it takes 5 Gusts to get to Brave Bird and 4 to get to Close Combat, and you can store double Close Combat. So yeah, Staraptor is a very difficult Pokemon to pull off. It's like ranked 370 something, I think, in the Open Ultra League, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's better. Maybe I'm thinking of Great League. But anyways, it's not that great. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, this has to be an okay closer, right? If we can line it up correctly. And our opponent makes an amazing call, by the way. They catch our Close Combat with their Cresselia. Like, pretty insane. But fortunately for us, we don't, as bad as this could have been in a lot of other scenarios, fortunately for us, we are able to actually just barely get to another Mega Horn, and we can kind of contest the Cresselia with our Escavalier, and yeah, we just barely still pull off this win. Pretty insane battle, actually. Great call by my opponent. Okay, in this next match, we do get a Nidoqueen lead, which is pretty good for us. They're actually going to switch out to their mirror. And I could have switched to Cavalier right away. This is the thing, it's like if I'm going to start tapping a little bit, I kind of have to commit. And the way I was looking at this was, well, Cavalier technically does good against the Nidoqueen as well. So I'm not going to be freaking out too much here. And they actually just take the first EQ, which is pretty significant, I'd say. And they just don't shield anything with Wellrin, which I thought was a very interesting decision on their end. But then they reveal that they have this Scrafty, which is another Pokemon that in the Ultra League, it's a lot more bulky, so this line that I'm running can absolutely struggle with it if we're not careful. And they end up switching out. We're going to connect a Drill Run on their Nidoqueen. They don't shield, which I was kind of shocked. Maybe they're just kind of like using this to dispel energy, but they do end up committing one shield. And it's crazy because they actually just go for the straight farm down, which I thought was really bold of them to go for that. Because this now means they're only going to be able to throw one move here. And what are they going to try to throw? They do end up throwing the Earth Power. In comes the Scrafty, so now we just insta-swap to Staraptor, and I'm assuming we're going to win this, even if they connect a foul play of some sort. It's not ramped up in any manner, so GG. Next match we have Swampert lead. That's actually pretty good for us. So they end up switching into Trev, which I'm assuming they wanted to try to like mirror. I mean, even though it's behind, they're going to try to like throw Seed Bombs. So I already know that we can just switch into Staraptor after throwing that Icicle Sphere, and that we're going to have a farm down scenario. And we don't really have to shield either, being a flyer and a normal type. None of Trevenant's kit will hit us for like significant amount of damage that threatens us. So now we're like sitting at a healthy amount of energy here. I'm going to try to get a little bit more, but now I'm just going to throw Close Combat. I'm convinced that if this was Brave Bird, it would have killed, but I guess our opponent's trying to be smart. Maybe they thought I was going to go straight Close Combat, but now we get another Close Combat off because we had all that energy from the Trev farm down. We do get a shield, and now we're just going to switch in Escavalier and take whatever move they throw, knowing that like we probably can handle the rest of this match with what we have. And they end up having Surfetched, and we have 2 shields, mind you, so at this point, I can just kind of bring in Staraptor and shield, but they're just gonna top left. GG, trainer. And in our next match, we actually get a Politoed lead, which Politoed will be able to get to the Earthquake a little bit faster than Wellrin. So I was assuming that they were gonna throw the Earthquake first. I mean, people could be very sneaky here and throw bait, and that would be huge. That's really how close this type of matchup becomes. But fortunately for us, we're making some good calls here, and I don't shield, which ends up paying off because it is a Weather Ball. I'm not going to bait myself. I'm going to throw another Earthquake. It connects. That's super good for us. And at this point, I guess I was thinking be safe than sorry, and they end up switching and baiting there, by the way. We do commit that shield. In comes a Reggie. It's a little scary, but we're just going to try to connect an EQ. And I'm going to try to gain a little bit of energy and predict that they're probably just going to go straight Focus Blast. So I switched to my Scavalier to eat the move, and we're just going to try to get off chip damage with counter. Unfortunately for us, we're not going to be able to get to a move before getting hit with another Focus Blast. But this does create a scenario where we can actually come in with Staraptor and Gust the Registeel down, and have a little bit of energy built up for what might potentially be here. And the Politoed ends up coming back in, and fortunately for us, we already know it's Earthquake, so we're not actually too worried about the Politoed. We're just going to farm it as well. And it ends up being Trev in the back. And the crazy thing here, it's like, I go for the bait knowing that they're definitely probably going to shield, like why wouldn't they? And yeah, we actually get the shield with the Close Combat, switch into Wellrin to get the debuff off us. And they do have an Icicle Sphere saved from earlier. And unfortunately for us, we can just kind of Close Combat again and knock out Trev because it's on such a low amount of HP. And that will be a GG. Definitely very interesting battles. So yeah, I ended up going, this is the last set I did today. I went 5-0, which I really was not expecting to get a 5-0 at all. But is Staraptor good? I obsess with running off meta Pokemon on this channel. I've been kind of just hanging around the 2500s, 2600s for a while now. Haven't made that final push yet to Legend. So I figured why not just mess around and try out Staraptor in Open Ultra League. But with that being said, I am a little shocked at how it does have play. It's not easy. I had matches where I went 1-4, 4-1, 2-3, all of it. It's all over the place. Alignment is key. There are definitely Pokemon that threaten the team I ran in this video that could just probably sweep the entire team if it had great alignment. I don't know, it is nice to see Staraptor have a little bit more viability. I do think as a closer, Staraptor does have some interesting, unique play. Being a normal flyer type, we've seen with Pidgeot, it can find its way into a format where ghosts are prevalent and fighters are, and maybe find some success. But by having the close combat, it can actually kind of help with those pesky steel types as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. With that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.